Okay, so we're going to do our 30-minute block this morning, and we're going to need nice clear space, and any injuries, make modifications if you need to. Hopefully you can see and hear me okay. We're going to start off with a little bit of a warm-up, so I'm just going to do a nice bit of loose squat swing arms to start off. So I'm just going to loosen through the upper body, nice soft bend in the knee. Good. And we're going to keep this going for another 30 seconds. So just letting the arms as loose as we can. And we're starting to do a little bit of an abdominal connection, pulling the belly button into the spine slightly, just firing up a little bit through the waist. Let's do 3 more swings. And last one. And then we're going to change it into our hip opener. So we're just going to lunge forward. So it's not a big old lunge where we come to a right angle. We're thinking of scooping the hips up and closing, scooping the hips. Now let's change our legs. Scoop up, reach up. Now if your balance isn't amazing, you can always hold on to the back of the chair. So if I was wobbling a little bit, I grab my chair for a prop and I'll do my opening lunges here. Just using the chair as a ballet bar. Good. We're going to keep these openers going. We've got 30 seconds to go on these. So we're just preparing the body, moving our arms and our legs, ready for a little bit more hard work. Make modifications as you go. I'll give you as many options as I can think of along the way. Good, 10 more seconds. Pulse should be coming up a little bit. Well, then we're going to hold it there. Now, you can't see my feet particularly well, but we're going to bring one foot, our right foot, round into a T shape on top of the other foot. So I'm going to rotate and then release. I'm going to rotate. So what I'm doing is making a T shape with my feet, coming around, a T shape, and then around. And we're going to keep this going on this leg for another 30 seconds here. And we're going to add in a slight external rotation. So we're opening up and stretching through our hips. So my hands are mimicking what my feet are doing. Good, now let's add in some external rotation. So if we were looking at a clock face, we'll be coming around to about 4 or 5 o'clock and back. Still putting that T in if you can, and all the way through. Let's do 2 more complete moves. T shape, external rotation. T shape, external rotation. Well done. Let's change onto the other leg just with the T shaping to start with. So we're going to bring the other leg round and then parallel. So from my parallel position, I'm bringing it round into a T shape with the feet and back to parallel. And then we'll add in when we get to that external rotation. Good. Okay, now we're going to externally rotate. So I'm going to take my feet round to a similar angle that we were doing on the other side. That's it. So all the way into the T, as much as you can, and then open up. And what we're doing is we're releasing any pressure, and we're mobilizing in through that hip joint, which is a complicated joint, but also is responsible for holding some tension and limiting our range of motion. And we'll be doing some exercises today that focus in on glutes, as well as thighs and other bits in the body. Good, let's do the last one of these. And then we're going to do some nice Pilates rolled out. So we're going to stand feet hip width apart. I'm going to turn on a slight diagonal so you can see this one. Palms open, and we're drawing our shoulder blades down the back into a V. So we're going to start off nice and tall. We've got a Pilates posture. So we've got this thread pulling through the top of the head. We're going to inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to start to let the body get smaller as we start to fold forward. Now keep everything braced here whilst you bend through the top of the back, through the thoracic area where the lungs are. And then as you come down, you can start to let the tailbone stick out. Coming down, that head is really heavy. Fingers are on the floor with loose and relaxed at the bottom. We're going to inhale, and then we're going to rebuild the vertebra one at a time, slowly stacking through the spine. And shoulder blades go back and down, and we open up. We're going to do that one more time, please. So we inhale, and then as we exhale, we start to come down the body. Remembering, keep that tailbone down to start with, head heavy. Good, now let the tailbone stick out, down to the floor. In breath, and then exhale to rebuild the vertebra. And we're just trying to find as much space through the spine as we can, and they are an amazing exercise to do every day. So if you can do a couple of those every day, that will set you in a good position. So now we've mobilized and got a little bit of warmth through the body, we're going to get into our exercise block. So we've got 8 exercises that we're going to do for 40 seconds. Sometimes we're going to change leg halfway through. Otherwise, we're going to do that set once, and then we're going to go through it a second time, and then we'll go through it a third time. So we'll pop the timer on, getting ready to prepare. Our first exercise, we're going to do 20 seconds on each leg. We're going to lunge backwards and then knee drive. We lunge backwards and then we knee drive. So I'll turn around sideways on, lunge back, knee drive, move my chair out, lunge back, knee drive. Now we're going to change legs here. Change your legs over, so we lunge back, we crunch. We lunge back, we crunch. So if you've got a balance problem, use your chair, use it as a prop. Good. 5 seconds to go. Well done. Now, using your mat or any carpet that you've got, we're going to walk out. It's called an inchworm. We're going to walk it out into a full arm plank. We're going to come down, fingers walk along the mat, into a nice flat body position, and then we're going to lift the bum really high, legs stay straight. We're going to keep walking backwards and forwards. So we're working through the upper body, we're keeping this heart rate elevated, full arm plank, nice straight body position, bring it up, and walking it out again. Try and keep these legs nice and straight and the bum high up in the air. Well done. Last time we walk it back in. That's exercise 2 done. Exercise number 3 coming up, a frog squat. We're going to stand shoulder width apart. We're going to tap the floor, press to the ceiling. Tap the floor, press to the ceiling. Now we can go as fast or as slow on this one as you'd like. So we can get quicker to bring the heart rate higher. Only pointer here is to make sure those knees are wider than your hands and you're bending them. So we're not hinging at the hip, we're squatting it down. So from this angle, you can see my bum's going down. I'm not tapping the floor here, which is taking it into the lower back. Well done, that's our frog squats done. We're going to do opposite elbow to knee marches. So you can use your chair if you need to for balance. Ideally, you would keep switching sides, but if you need balance, you can do 20 seconds here. I'll tell you when it's halfway. Otherwise, alternating, and then you can switch legs on the halfway point, which is in 3, 2, 1. We want a nice big movement across the body, elbow to knee. Marching it out. Landing through the toe, Well done. Rest for 10 seconds. Our next one, we're going to do some nice fast punches. So we're going to brace through the abdominals. We're going to brace, we're going to punch across the body for 40 seconds. So we're going to go as fast as we can, but I want you to visualize a punch bag, it's actually there, and we're going to imagine that we're punching through it. So it's still encouraging us to put some force into the movement, and we're going to punch and punch. So I'm coming across the body, I'm keeping tension through my hands, and the arms are working. We're getting a nice bit of work through the obliques, through the waist, as we rotate. One, well done. That's our fifth exercise done. Next one, we're going to need our chair. So we're going to pop it against the wall, brace it against something. Elevated mountain climber. So we're going to tuck the knee across the body. Good. So I'm just going to move the chair slightly so you can see me a bit better. So elbow to knee. So we're coming across the body. Like we did with those elbow to knee marches, we're pulling the belly button into the spine, our bum is down. We're holding a half plank through the upper body. Can you see my shoulders are over my hands? Well done. That's that exercise done. Our next one, we're going to get into these legs a little bit. So we're going to do some lunge pulses, 20 seconds on each side. Big right angles. We're going to hold it down and pulse. Keep breathing through it, keep the core connection. Well done, we're going to change sides, 20 seconds on this side. Ten seconds to go. Well done. Now we're going to go from a narrow squat into a wide squat. So knees together, feet together. We're going to bend narrow into our squat, step wide, and then narrow again. So we go narrow squat, wide squat, narrow squat, back to where you started. And we're just going to keep this walking movement going. Heart rate should be elevated. I know mine is. Good. We are walking backwards and forwards. And if you've got problems with your knees, you can keep it small but quicker. So you can keep it here if you've got knee problems. Or if you do really struggle with your knees, an alternative to this one is a wall sit. So you can hold it here in a right angle, but you can rest. So we've got 30 seconds now. Grab a quick drink. Open a window if you need to. And then we're going to go back to exercise number one. Exercise number one was the lunge backwards with a knee drive. So if you've got the chair and you want to balance whilst you do it, you can always balance. We're going to go for our lunge knee drive. 3, 2, 1. Take it back, elbow to knee. So I'm just using that for balance if you need it. If you don't need it, great. We're going to change legs. So we're doing this with control. We're not going as fast as we possibly can to keep our balance. Well done, change sides. So we lunge back, elbow to knee. Oops. 10 seconds. Well done. We go into our inchworms. So we're going to walk along the carpet or the mat. We're going to start in 3. So set yourself up tall. Leave those legs long now. Take it into the hands. Walk it out into full plank. And then push through the hands to lift. In and out. working through the upper body. Change your hands driving every now and then. So if you're right-handed, you might find you put more pressure through the right. Well done. We've got our frog squat coming up. So we need feet shoulder width. We're going to bend the knees. We're going to tap the floor and then press overhead. So we can get quicker with this one. Down and up. Yeah, this should be elevating your heart rate. Down and up. Bend the knees, keep the chest elevated as you tap the floor. Four seconds. Next one, elbow to knee marches. Hands wide, march, and march, and march. It's essentially a standing crunch, this one. Keep that rotation going through the shoulders. Well done. 10 seconds rest. We've got our fast punches coming up. So we're going to brace here and we're going to punch it out. Let's go, nice and fast. Well done. So we're tensing the abs. We're imagining we're punching through that punch bag, finishing the move off. We're not just flinging our arms around. Good, you should be slightly puffed out here. Well done. Elevated mountain climbers. So I'm going to do it on this angle this time. So we've got our chair braced against the wall. We're going to tuck the knee over. Coming over towards the opposite hand. Can you see that my bum's low? We're trying to avoid doing it here. We sort of get stuck and it's not so effective. So nice and low, diagonal line through the body. Keep it moving, 10 more seconds. Excellent. We do our lunge pulses. So we're going to do 20 seconds on each leg. Create that right angle in the body. We're going to dip it up and down. Move back a bit so you can see me. A little bit better. Yeah, we're going to change sides in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change the legs over. Keep pulling in through the core. You've still got some nice deep breaths going. Well done. Last exercise before we repeat the block one final time. We do a narrow squat, wide squat, narrow squat. So we're going to go narrow, wide, narrow, back to wide. So you could travel this if you've got more space. You could keep it going here. You take another step, and a squat, and a step, and a squat, and come back. As long as you remember to do the narrow one in between. Good, 12 seconds. Or you can just keep it on your spot. Narrow, wide, narrow, wide. Well done. Okay, 30 seconds. This is time to grab a drink. And take some nice deep breaths. Okay. We got 10 seconds. We're going to go through that one last time. And then we've got a little bit of stomach stuff to do lying down on the floor. We start with our lunge backwards and our drive up. Lunge back, drive up. 20 seconds on one leg, 20 seconds on the other. Good. Change your legs. So step back the other side, elbow in. Good, keep that core pulled in for balance. Your balance might be better on one side than the other. Good. Inchworms. I'm going to go this way just for a change. So we're going to walk it down. Let's go. Hands taped in the body weight. Into plank. Nice flat line with that bum. In and out, changing your leading hand. As I mentioned before. Out and in. Long comes low. Keep driving through the hands, keep the legs long. Last one. Excellent. Frog squats. So all of this is the last time we do all of these. Feet shoulder width, squat it down, touch towards the ceiling. Reach, reach, bend and reach. Tap the floor. Well done. You can speed it up a bit if you want, a bit more of a heart rate raise. 12 seconds. Well done. Elbow to knee marches. So we're going to draw across the body, much more upright now. No lunge in this one. Draw across, march it. So it's about rotating, working the waist. If you want to get the heart rate up a bit quicker, you can go faster. If you're feeling a bit puffed out, you can slow it down and really squeeze through each rotation. Nearly there. Well done. Now we're going to go for fast punching. So we're going to brace the abdominals, hold it all in here. We're going to punch it out. Imagine you're punching through the punch bag. Nice to elevate the heart rate without using the legs. So holding the core and punching it through. Long extension in the arms if you can. Try and leave your hips as still as you possibly can, given the movement in the shoulders. Well done. We've got 10 seconds rest. We've got our elevated mountain climbers coming up. So you need your chair, shoulders stay over your hands, draw across the body. That's it, lovely. rotation. Well done. Keep moving that knee towards the hand. Keep the shoulders over your hands. So you're getting work through the arms here because you're putting body weight through them. We're elevating heart rate without jumping around. Good job. Okay. We've got 2 more exercises to go. Lunge pulses. So we're going to dip it down. Let me move back a little bit so you can see. There we go. So dipping it down, coming up and down a couple of inches. We're holding our belly buttons in, using a chair for support, or you can hold the wall. We're going to change our legs in 5, 3, 2, 1. Change it over. How are those legs feeling? Are they doing okay? You've got 12 seconds to go. Well done. 3, 2, 1. Well done. We've got a narrow squat and a wide squat. So remember, you can travel it if you want to, or you can stick on the spot. Narrow, wide, narrow, wide, narrow. Let's do this last one before we get into abs. Narrow, wide, narrow, wide. Good job. Heart rate should be elevated. Keep narrow squatting, keep wide squatting. Remember, you're trying to get deep. It's not just a shallow one, unless you've got knee problems, in which case, keep it where you can. Great, that's that section done. So we're now going to move down onto the floor. I'll bring my mat back a bit so you can see me when I get down. We're going to use a Tabata timer now for our abs, which means working for 20 seconds on and 10 seconds off. I'm just going to relocate them. So we're going to be able to see a little bit easier. Just going to adjust you slightly. Okay. Change that angle. Okay. So you can see me nicely on the mat now. We're going to do 20 seconds of work with 10 seconds off. So starting off with basic crunches. We're going to support the head. We're going to come up and down. Let's go for 20 seconds. We're trying to clear the shoulder blades off the floor. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Rest for 10 seconds. Our next exercise is going to be a V-sit. So basic version on this one, you keep a V in shape in the body, and we're going to take one leg out at a time, or higher impact, 2 legs. Even harder again, both of those hands come away. We're going to keep this going, whichever level you pick, for another 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. 10 seconds rest. Our next one, we're going to lift through the chest. So we're going to elevate the head, join in with me, and we're going to scissor the legs one at a time. Now you can keep the motion towards the ceiling, makes it easier, or the lower you come, the harder it is on the abdominals. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. And rest for 10 seconds. We've got one more exercise before we repeat all of those. Onto your stomach for this one, because it's a back exercise. Nice long bodies. We're going to swim. So we're going to go opposite arm and leg extension. 20 seconds here, please. Swimming, reaching as far away with the fingers from the toes as you can get them. 5 seconds. We're going to go around those exercises once more, and then we're done. So rolling over, we go back to our normal crunches, hands behind the head, and we're going to lift up and down in 3, 2, 1, 20 seconds here, please. Those abs should be feeling they're doing some work. I know mine are. Give 5 seconds. Good, sit yourself up. We're going into our B sit. So remember, you've got the options here, or double legs, or hands away. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Let's go for 20. Harder here. You've got 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Woo. Okay. Hands behind the head. The chest is going to stay lifted. We've got 20 seconds of scissoring the legs. So you're going to take them into this long leg position. Now, if like me, you've got tight hamstrings, you can keep the legs softly bent. Otherwise, if you can extend them longer, give it a go. 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Last one is swimmers. We're going to roll it onto our tummies. Opposite arm and leg. 20 seconds. Let's go. Good. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. We're going to do some very quick little stretches that you can do for a little bit longer if you feel any stiffness or fatigue in the muscles. We're going to start off with a nice quad stretch. So balancing, holding onto a wall if you need it. Well done. And changing over sides. Arm out for balance if you haven't got anything to hold on to. Good, hamstring stretch. You're going to put one foot forward. We're going to lift the bottom up. Good, changing over legs. So we're just lifting through the bum to extend through the top of the back of the leg, through the hamstring. Excellent, and let's stretch out through shoulders. Good, and other side. And then we're going to close the feet gap. We're just going to lean over to one side, stretching out through the obliques to make this a bit bigger by taking that back leg round and changing over sides. So bring that arm down. Again, you can go here with the legs closed, or if you've got something to hold on to, you can take that leg around back behind and lean into it a bit more. Well done, everybody. Good job. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you found it achievable, but a bit of a challenge, and hopefully see you soon.